Prepare to say goodbye to the dark and gritty world of Gun Gale Online, because we're heading to the sun-soaked land of fairies, Alfheim Online. Yes, my friends, we are finally beginning the second arc of Sword Art Online 2, and it's an extreme juxtaposition to the first half of Sword Art Online 2, which was very disturbing and dark and filled to the brim with a lot of creepiness, but this one is actually kind of a nice change of pace, because not only are we bringing together a lot of the old characters, but Sinon is actually going to be joining Kirito and his friends on this epic quest in ALO. It is interesting to note that Sinon actually decided to be the Kate Sith class, which basically makes her a cat girl, and she does not like having her tail grabbed. So the main hook of this arc is they're getting ready to go on this epic quest, which I'm going to affectionately dub The Quest for Excalibur! I pray to God it's not the same Excalibur from Soul Eater. That guy's kind of a douchebag. So the main premise of this arc is that Kirito is trying to get the legendary sword Excalibur, which basically just looks like this badass golden sword. Everybody wants a piece of this thing. However, the quest for it is not going to be so simple. In fact, when they actually activate this quest at the end of the episode, that's when I thought something a little more ominous was going to happen, something that was going to add a little more danger to this arc. But still, it just made things seem really epic. They apparently stumbled upon this quest where they can get Excalibur, and the way they explain it is so ridiculous and so awesome that there's really no way I'm going to be able to do it justice. It's all about the sword going into the lake and freezing it, and then the tree slowly erupting into the sky as it creates this massive pyramid-looking thing, which ends up being the evil base of King Thrime, and that's why he's trying to get all these players to try and get Excalibur and trick them so that he can take over the world. It's absolutely insane. There's a lot of exposition, but I really like the way they set it up. It really does feel like you've accepted like the ultimate quest in a game, and whenever you see that name, you know it's like the ultimate sword, so everybody's going to be trying to get a piece of this thing, and I can't wait to see what that's going to result in. Obviously, too, I like the design of the creatures they have in this season, in this episode, like the character Tonki, who's just this big elephant jellyfish looking thing, which is really just weird looking, and there's also these massive like four-armed giants, which just look so disturbing, so I'm hoping to go crazy with the designs. And there was a brand new intro this week, which also teased a lot of the scenes that are going to be happening in this arc. You actually get a good look at what King Thrime is going to look at, and he basically just looks like a big stereotypical, almost zombified looking king, even though his skin is probably that color because he's a frost giant. However, I just can't wait to see what's going to happen in the rest of this arc. It's basically just setting up the main story and the premise and what our characters are getting ready to go and do. But I like the fact that we have all of the core cast back together. I would have liked to see maybe a few other characters, maybe like bring Agil in there as well. Maybe to just, you know, bring up more male characters in. But honestly, I like everybody here. I think they're all pretty interesting and they all have their own personalities. And I love the fact that Sinon's weapon is a bow and arrow. It goes so perfectly with her sniper abilities. And she already like fires from a long ways away, and she already wants to increase her skills, so that's why she's going to have to try and find legendary weapons. And that's sort of the trade-off. They're all teaming up with Kirito so that he can get Excalibur, but in turn, he's going to help them get other weapons as well. So who knows? This could open up a whole nother portion of the series we didn't even realize existed, and I can't wait to see where this arc is going. My only issue with it, and I've said it before, is there's not really any repercussions for, like, if they mess up, if they die or anything. They can just log right back in and start playing again. Maybe I missed something. I'm pretty sure they're just going to be playing the game. But if they make it really epic and exciting, then I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with it. Otherwise, this was a good episode with great animation, artwork, music, voice acting, all around great episode of Sword Art Online 2 beginning the next season. I can't fully judge the second part quite yet because I want to see more how it's evolving. What I will say is I liked this episode. I liked seeing a lot of the old faces and I liked the humor. It's just kind of an extreme like shift from the first part of this season. So I am going to give this week's episode a 4 out of 5. It was still a really great episode that if you're a fan of the series, you're probably just going to love, because not only are they expanding on the world of ALO, but we get to see all of our favorite characters teaming up and doing what they do best, which is kicking the shit out of monsters. So 4 out of 5. Check it out, guys. Great stuff. Thank you guys for watching my review. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and like the video. And before you guys leave, please tell me what you thought about this week's episode of Sword Art Online 2. What did you think of the brand new opening and ending? And how do you feel about the beginning of this brand new arc, The Quest for Excalibur? Before you guys leave, please subscribe to our channel if you have not already. You can do that by clicking on the icon right up here. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter.